it is not right for you to even trust in your knowledge. Once you start trusting in your knowledge, the Bible tells us you shall lose the first love of God. That is what the Bible tells us in Revelation. In Revelation chapter 2. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2. About the church of Ephesus. That church, what happened to that church? The reason, one of the reasons why that church lost its first love for God was because time came and they got to trust their knowledge. They stopped. The Bible tells us, Revelation chapter 2, verse 1, unto the end of the church of Ephesus, write, did things say he that hold the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience, and how you cannot bear them which are evil. And you have tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and have found them liars. And has borne, and has patience for my name's sake, has labored, and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against you, because you have left thy first love. Remember therefore from where you are fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto you quickly, and I will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except you repent. The reason that church lost its first love for God was because they became experienced. Time came, they felt they knew it all. The Bible is telling us that they could even test those who call themselves men and women of God. Those who could call themselves servants of God, they would test them and they find them liars. Those that were genuine, they find them genuine. They felt they knew it all. In fact, they didn't even need God. They knew much. They knew more. There are no more attitude that consumed them. That's why they lost the first love for God. However, if you do not want to lose the first love of God, can you make God the God of your knowledge, the God of your wealth, the God of your wisdom, the God of your possessions, the God of your achievements? Because once you have trust in anything else, then you lose your trust in God. And whatever you trust that is not God shall not abide. Whatever you trust in which is not God shall not abide. Irrespective of whether our God is a jealous God. Leaving that alone, it is true our God is a jealous God. He does not want you to compare him with anything, but leaving that alone, whatever you trust in shall not abide. Possessions, friends, but if you trust God to use those friends, if you trust God to use your achievements, your possessions, your abilities, your skills to fulfill his purpose through you, surely you will be on the right track. Do not trust in your abilities. Do not trust in your knowledge, in your wisdom. Trust not in your understanding. The only obligation we have is that of trusting God. No matter how good you are, no matter how good, no matter how great you are, you need to trust in God. And I'm calling each one of us, I'm calling all of us to put our trust in God. Put your eyes off whatever you had put your eyes on. Put your mind off. Put your eyes off whatever you had put your mind, your eyes on. Bring your trust back to God. Trust God to use everything. Trust God to use any way. Trust God to use anyone. Trust God to pass from anywhere. Trust God to use any route to fulfill, to do what you want. We've seen some people They trust God. They want God to do something. Once God does not do it as they want, they feel they are betrayed. They feel disappointed. Because you want God to do something for you, the saddest part or the most disappointing part of it is that you even want God to fulfill what you want in a way you want. You don't even give God the freedom to do what He wants in a way He wants. To do what you want or what you need in a way He wants. Imagine that. Let us put it in reality. You want me to help you, but at the same time you want me to help you the way you want. Wouldn't that be too much? Wouldn't you really limit me? Wouldn't you discourage me? Let us put it into reality. You tell someone, you want to borrow money to someone, and you even tell them, I'm parked at this place. Can you please drive at this time? And make sure you don't reach me before 6. Don't you think you're going to discourage that person? You have set so many rules for him or for them, and they wonder whether they are helping you or it's you helping them. We not only want God to help us, but we want God to help us the way we want. And that is a message. That is an indication that we do not trust God. Nor do we even trust His wisdom. Nor do we even trust Him at all. Let's trust in God. God knows you better than you know yourself.